Welcome back, everybody, to Ultimate CNFT. Mike, aka Mr. Ultimate, here with you today, and we're talking about ADA Inmates. I'm very excited to share this project with you for the first time. First of what will be many here on Ultimate CNFT. We've got a lot of information, so stick with me, you guys. Give me that thumbs up. Let's trigger that algorithm. It only takes 1 second. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you have not done that yet, and leave some comments below. We've got, again, so much to share, you guys. Now, before we get into all of the deep dive details on the website, their version of the white paper, all that good stuff, I'd like to give a shout out to the two wardens in this space. We got Hansel and we've got Space Ace. Two people that I've gotten to know a lot better through the formation of our contact with this project and all that they've got going on. They're very active in their Twitter spaces. They're hosting their own Twitter spaces. They are getting themselves out there everywhere. This is the kind of leadership you want behind a project, and I'd like to give you guys a shout out. Not only all those good accolades, but they have given us so much right here to the Ultimate CNFT channel to give away to none other than my Tier 3 paid membership members, that exclusive club. Y'all know who you are. If you want to know more about all the stuff that we give away right here on Ultimate CNFT, we'll talk about it at the end of this video. All you got to do is join my Discord, but we've got some things to get to. So what are we giving away as a result of this video? All donations, by the way. These are not paid sponsorships. I do not do those on this channel. Everything I get from the founders and the work that I do goes straight to those who support me the most. Thank you guys so much. We've got 5 life whitelists to give away. There's only 100 of these that are attainable outside of owning a death row pass. What is a death row pass? We'll be talking and showing you the action on the death row pass here in just a few minutes. But look, those are pretty rare. We got 5 to give away, right? We have also got 20 Selly whitelists to give away, and we've got 1 post-minted main collection PFP NFT to give away. That's a big donation. Thank you guys so much. I cannot wait to get into the depth of this project. Let's get into it right now. All right, everybody. So before we jump into the website and check out their Parole paper, which is their version of a white paper, lots of information to deep dive and dissect here for you. Look, always do your own research, you guys, but stick with me to the entire journey of this video and you will know everything you need to know as of the update making of this video today that you need to know. So starting with the mint date of this is the main collection mint. Okay, this is gonna be February 9th. We do not know what they're minting for yet. I will keep you updated with that information. You can also join all of their socials, you guys. I'll have all those links in the description box below so you can get integrated into this community. It's a great community, you guys. Any questions that you have, the wardens, if they don't get you first, the community will get to you because they just want you to know everything that you need to know. High marks, 10 out of 10 for this community. It is building very, very rapidly. We've got 4,324 so far. Again, this is exploding. The Twitter numbers are great. The engagement is great. The community is freaking awesome here on Discord. Come and find out. So there's some whitelist opportunities outside of being a Tier 3 paid subscription membership club member on Ultimate CNFT. There are other ways to earn whitelist. Check them out. So we've got Death Row, 134 of 200. We've got the Life, 58 of 100. Only 100 of these, and I've got 5 of them. Let's get it, you guys. So Selly whitelist, 411 out of 1,500, and Inmate whitelist, 647 of 750. Like I said, plenty of opportunity to go out there. So let's go check out what you can do with your whitelist roles, how to attain them, how to keep them, how to climb the ranks, and all the good stuff. So starting here with the Death Row, lets you know that you are on the list for the Death Row Pass mint. So that mint had already happened. There are only 200 Death Row passes. I'm going to show you the action on JPEG before we move off of this and onto the website here. But look, these things are cracking off, and they're cracking off for a reason. Full disclosure, I do have 5 of these because I know a good thing when I see it, and there's plenty of benefits for owning multiple passes or even just having one. So always do what you will with your own research, but let's go. There's some good stuff happening. So Lifer lets you know that you are on the list to mint 3 of the main collection. The Selly will let you mint 2 of the main collection. The Inmate role lets you mint the 1 of the main collection. Now, there's some things you need to know about holding on to these particular roles. To get whitelisted, you need to meet 1 of the following. You got the Death Row, of course, right there, which minted on December 10th, 2022. The main mint will be on February 9th, 2023. So the Inmate, 750 total. These are going to be handpicked. Also, you can win them by doing giveaways or completing tasks. Now, the Selly, there's 1,500 total of those. Also handpicks. You can also get them in giveaways, and you can reach level 20 on this here Discord. So Lifer, 3 whitelists. Okay, there's 300 total. 200 are with the death row passes and 100 are available. That's what you're seeing over here. These life whitelists. Ooh, 5 to give away, baby. I'm honored to be able to give that to you guys. Again, shout out to the founders. Thank you guys so much. These are handpicked by the warden, and the warden is always watching, so check it out. Now, this is important. These whitelists do not stack. If you upgrade roles, you lose the lower role. At max role, you do not gain more. If you happen to win a whitelist, then when you already have a whitelist, you will not be given the extra whitelist, but instead a free entry into an NFT giveaway before mint. Hey, that's really cool. Just helping people along the way. It pays to just climb the ranks, you know. So the free entries, however, those do stack. So if you have reached the requirements, please put a ticket for proof for those of you who need to know that. So before we move on, let's go check out some of this sneaky peekies on the art, because I have not mentioned this yet, but the art itself, it's fire. Take a look at that. It's just so detailed. It's so cool. It's artist, you're kicking ass here. Let's just call it what it is. It's dark themed. Of course, we're talking about prison here, but you know what? If you just take a look at the attention to detail, the clothing, the way it's black and white, highlighted by some of these prison uniforms popping out in color, it's freaking awesome. There's an entire structure of how these mints will be breaking down, which we will be going over in the white paper, the parole paper, and we'll share all that with you. But we got the ADA Inmates Death Row Pass. Yeah, this thing's looking pretty cool. Again, only 200 of these, you guys. So with this pass, let's just go over a few of the highlights here. The Death Row Pass utility. OG main collection, 1 free mint. We all love our free mints. That's freaking awesome. Lifer roll, secret airdrop for long-term service. It pays to be diamond handing this project. Pay attention to that, you guys. It's very important. 3 whitelists for all future mints. Access to death row in ADA Inmates Prison plus future utility implementations. Only time will tell. Good to know these things. What are these? These are smokes. You're going to want to know what smokes are. We'll talk about that as well here in just a few minutes, and just a few more of you to look at these sneak peeks. They're really, really good. You'll notice that one of these is the thumbnail for today's video, and I like it a lot. That's pretty interesting. Very, very colorful. Not sure if you want to wear stuff like that in prison. Might not be in your best interest, but hey, we're having fun here. This is cool. A traditional kind of prison, old school uniform. I really like that. I don't know if that's a condom in his hand or not, but condom and a knife, that's a scary combo. And here's your guy right here that you see staring at you on the thumbnail. So let's go check out and take a look at some of the action before we get into the meat and potatoes and really, really, really deep dive into all things ADA Inmates right now. All right, here are your death row passes. Again, these just minted only on December 10th. Today is, I should probably know what it is, but today's the 30th. We're talking less than 3 weeks. These things have been out in the wild. We've got a volume of 81.5K. There are only 200 of these. There are 140 individual owners, and the floor on these is over 1,700 ADA. So they're cracking. Like I said, there will only ever be 200 death row passes in the ADA Inmates ecosystem. Each pass is loaded with benefits, including access to the death row club. So let's check out some of the items. So we've got this floor pass here, number 176 for 1717. Then it jumps to 1800, and then you're closer up to 2K. And if you go down here, you're gonna get into the 3000s pretty quickly. And if you notice, there are only 8 of these for sale. I would say that the people who know are in the know, and they're holding for a reason. Again, full disclosure, I have 5 of these. I have 5 of these for a reason. I am ready to mint the heck out of this project when that opportunity presents itself here on February 9th. And I'm having a lot of fun taking a look at what's going on. So let's look at some of the activity here. And, well, shoot, some people down here, some people were picking these up at a really good price, and now you can see this upwards trajectory, and who knows what tomorrow will bring. Again, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, but there's only 200 of these, you guys. If you want to be a part of this, you gotta to the max ability. You gotta have at least 1 pass, in my personal opinion. Last one sold for $14.88 about a day ago, $1,200 a day ago, $12.99 a day ago, 7 days ago. Down the list, you're seeing that these passes are increasing in price, and things are crack-a-lackin'. So yeah, there's your information on death row passes, you guys. Take the plunge or not, that's entirely up to you. But let's go ahead and jump into this website, because there is a lot to share, including a little bit about the prison journal, some of the blueprint, and the parole letters. This is your meat and money right there. All right, let's just check out really quick this prison journal. So this is something that you should take your time on your own. There's no way I could read all this to you, but it's really cool. It's an in-depth look into what's being put behind this as far as story-wise and sort of creation of what's surrounding, the overall theme of this project. It's really cool. It's a little ominous as well. It's a fun read, and there are pages and pages and pages of this, and they're continuously adding pages. Look at that, the blood-stained fingerprints. I mean, this is just cool. This is some more art. If you look at the art in this project, it's really, really cool, and it does kind of go hand in hand with what is going to be coming out for the main collection mint. There's also going to be prison cell mints. There's so much going on, but again, like as you can see, I can't read all this for you guys, but I'm showing it for you, for those of you who really do love to read and get very cerebral about these kinds of things. This is here for you. We got all, day 6, and I think they're putting one in pretty much every single day along the way since they first started these, and they kind of start to add more and more to it. And like I said, it's a little dark, but hey, it's a lot of fun. It's a good read. That's up to you guys if you want to spend the time doing it. I recommend you do, because you get to know more about the project. I wish I had time to get into that with you guys, but right now we're jumping into the blueprint. So the ADA Inmates prison. So this is, I guess, what their version, I guess you could say, of a roadmap, for lack of better words. But I like the way they're sticking with the theme. So this is a blueprint. If you look at this, is actually looking like an actual prison. So they're sticking with the theme across the board, which is really cool. And it takes a lot of creative energy towards that to continue to envelop everything to fit together, which is a lot of fun and a lot of work, but it's really cool. So the project planning, opening the Twitter and Instagram, building the community, they're checking things off the list here. Let's catch up to where we are pretty much right now. They've already minted the death row pass, which we talked about. And then it was on to continue to build the community, which is exactly what I've seen since I've had my eyes on this project for the last 3 weeks. The main mint collection, which we know is coming up on February 9th, the release of rarity info, the release of the blueprint V2, the parole letter V2, the release of smokes token. That is going to be something you're going to really want to know as much as you possibly can about. I love that smokes, like in prison, those things actually have a lot of value. So once again, adding to the theme, which is really cool. So minting of the cells would be the next one. Holder, reward, airdrop. We all love those magic words, airdrop. Yes, sirree. I will be anticipating that very much myself. You got to remember, guys, I'm a YouTuber. I love to break down projects. I love to showcase projects. I'm creating my own project. I've got myself very deep into the CNFT space, but I'm also a collector. You got to remember, I'm coming at you first from a collector and an investor's standpoint. This is what I love to share, because I get excited about these things because I'm a freaking collector. I love me some airdrops, let me tell you. Create a commissary marketplace staking platform for our ADA Inmates ecosystem. This is a deep, deep project. Staking will go live. Working on building Supermax Prison Island on Cornucopias. What? That is so sick. So let's move on here, you guys, and check out this parole letter. This is your white paper. There's a lot going on. All right, it's nuts and bolts time. It's time to feast or famine right now. I'm hungry for information. Let's share it out, you guys. So this is your inmate parole letter white paper breakdown. Who are ADA inmates? ADA inmates are members of a prison ecosystem on the Cardano blockchain. We plan to take our inmates to a virtual prison ecosystem, creating prisons inside some of Cardano's biggest metaverse projects. We plan to create virtual cells and further down the line, a Supermax Prison Island. This ecosystem will have its own exclusive marketplace and staking platform. The real world topics we plan to cover along our journey are all hidden throughout our lore. We also intend to work on some of these subjects in the real world, which is actually really cool. I've listened to some of the stuff they've talked about, and they're getting pretty real. They're getting pretty deep, and I love it. Can our inmates be rehabilitated, or will they be destined for death row? Only time will tell. All right, so just a little bit about the founders. This is a fully doxed team, by the way. I will be having them on UltimateCNFT for a founder interview. Oh, yeah, we're going to get after it. It's going to be really, really fun. So we've got Martin Hansel. He's 38 years old, just over 18 months in crypto and NFTs, has been creating businesses, contracts for over 20 years, has a wonderful wife and 2 kids. Good for him. Grew up in East London, England. There's a lot of information about him. Super cool guy. If you know anything about this project, you've heard him talk, speaks very well. Very passionate about what he's developing on the space, and he recognizes for somebody who hasn't been here for too long, to be honest with you, over the grand scheme of things, he recognizes that he's in a special place at a special time. He recognizes that he's developing a special project, and shout out to him for all of his understanding and his engagement. This is good leadership, you guys. Again, for those of you who are newer to the CNFT space, leadership is everything. So we got another Dox founder. Who's this guy? Stephen Marshall. Stephen Marshall, we got Space Ace up in the house. This guy has been everywhere for a very long time. I've been watching his engagement, and I've known a lot about him. I didn't really even know that he was developing a project, though. And once I found out that he was involved, I was like, well, I need to know more. I need to know more right now, because this man has been here for a while doing big things, making connections, and is very, very well connected. Again, solid leadership across the board. So he's 48 years old, grew up as a golden child who could do nothing wrong. You and me do not relate there, my friend, but you know what? I've kept myself out of prison, so I guess I did. My parents did something right? And he's still that way today. So he doesn't want to go to prison, neither do I. He's got a wonderful family. There's a lot of information. You guys can pause this and read a little bit more about it, but I will be interviewing these guys in depth. This is just my personal touch on what I know about them so far. Really like what they bring into this community and into this space, and the passion with which they are developing this project. I've already had a couple conversations with them on Discord. I love the fact that they pop right on. We can all see each other. They're not hiding nothing. Fully Doxxed, once again, you want to be a part of Fully Doxxed teams, you guys. We all know there's a lot of shady characters in here, and I hope that they all end up in a real prison. Let's move on. So check it out here. We've got the journey. Okay, so project planning, opening the Twitter, Instagram. We pretty much looked at this is kind of like, the roadmap here that talks about their first mint. Now let's talk a little bit about the royalties here. So the royalties on JPEG Store, 66% are for the project, 34% are for the team. For the second mint, here we go. This is the first time we're talking about an actual number here. A main collection of 5,000 unbelievably unique inmates that are set to be in 4 gangs of races within these 4 crime categories, just like a real life prison system. We have also given associated crimes, which will later connect to our planned role-based game in the virtual prison cells. Let's move on. All right, into the journey. Here is your breakdown. So we've got the gangs in the class. We got the habitual, the white collar, the organized, and the psychopathics. Those are the dudes you don't want to run to in real jail. We've got the Caucasians, African Americans, Hispanics, and Asians. That's a real depiction of the 4 main classes within a prison system and the gangs that they form and all the stuff that goes on. From all the experience I've had in prison, but no, for real. This is real stuff here. And so going on here, we've got the crime classes: habitual, white collar, organized, psychopathics. There's the role in the crime and the arsonists, the money launderers, the drug dealers, the murderers. We got serial killers, bodyguards, embezzlers, drug addicts, petty thieves, assault, art thief, that's pretty cool, cybercrime, contract killers, gang bosses, war criminal, politician. There's a lot of rarities within the structure of these 5,000 entities, and that's the point of this breakdown here. This is, again, very, very in-depth. This is a long-term developing project. My personal opinion, not really one to go in there and flip, although you know what, these are going to probably mint really fast. In my personal opinion, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be buying, a lot of people who are going to be selling, because you know what, there is money to be made at the end of the day. But yes, in my personal opinion, the deeper you get into this project, the longer you're a part of the journey, the more it just pays out. And you know what, the more fun you have doing it. We got to remember that, you know what, we love being in the NFT space because we do make money and we have a lot of fun doing it. And I don't know which one's more valuable. That depends on who's involved. But so before we move on a little bit more, I want to show you a graphic here, because we're going to take a look at the population. So this is the ADA inmates, population by gang. There's a nice infographic. This I pulled up off of the Discord there, so you can check it out more in depth for yourself. So you can see that the habituals, there's a nice big chunk there, and then it comes down to the white collar and the organized and the psychopathic. So these rarities are broken down. I'm sorry, I can't speak English sometimes. By their rarities within the way that these gangs are structured as well, and the politicians being at the top of that, probably dictating everything that goes on. We've got an organized crime syndicate as well. We got gang bosses. We've We've got people who are involved in cybercrime. It's really cool that the way that they have really put so much thought into the development of this prison system the way it is. There's the prison system population by class and crime, and there's all your numbers right there. So if you're minting some of these higher bosses and you're minting some of these rarities, I mean, you're absolutely smashing it. You may as well go ahead and build yourself out an entire organization and take advantage of all of the things that they throw at you and all the opportunities within a project just like the one we're looking at now. So what will investing in ADA Inmates main collection do for me? Let's just smash right into that. Owner of an awesome piece of art, check. Be a part of an amazing community, check. Whitelist for cells, mint, capped depending on holder role. That's pretty good. So some of that information will be coming out. Like I said, this is the first of what will be many videos right here on UltimateCNFT as well as that founder interview. So access to special giveaways, raffles, and auctions. We all love to be a part of those kinds of things. Hold to earn NFTs, and there's some stuff that you just don't get to know yet. I don't get to know yet. You don't get to know yet, but we will find out. Get paroled and be entered into a raffle to have your NFT burned, and a new custom one-of-one prisoner made by our artist. Criteria to include 5 tasks and 5 diamond hands from mint and community activity to be TBC, to be continued. Stake inmates for smokes must hold a cell. So we don't even know what the smokes are, but we know that we can stake these particular NFTs and you can earn these smokes, and I'm sure that they're worth earning. Let's move on here down to the continuation of the journey. So main collection, mint plan, death row card holder, OG times 200, free, 1 per pass. Yes, we are holding on to those. Lifer, there's your numbers right there for the lifer. That is how many NFTs you can mint and hold on to. The celly, which we've already gone over, the inmate as well. The team and giveaways, so 1 of 1 equals 150. The 5 1-of-1s will be randomly included into the parole and or public main mint. Public sale will not be minted the day of whitelist mint. So mint proceeds project is, like I said, 66%, 34% goes to the team. The royalties are all right there for you to see. Those are the numbers. For those of you who are into the numbers game, we like our numbers. We want to know the in-depth of what's going on within a project and why we're invested and why we're going to stay invested and continue to invest and tell our friends about what is really going on with these great projects. So another note, 20% of all secondary royalties from JPEG Store only from the main collection set aside for Death Row Club giveaways. That's exclusive to only 200 total Death Row passes. That's why I've got some, because I want to hold on to them and I want to take advantage of all these things, and I hope that you do too, because you know what? There can only be so many. The journey continued. Staking, create a commissionary marketplace. A commissionary. I'm having trouble with English today, but you know what? Instead of cutting this stuff out and being so prime and proper, I'm going to go ahead and allow myself to make some human mistakes, because you know what? That's how people end up in prison, right? They make some real life bad choices or some simple mistakes, but you know what? Hopefully my lack of speaking English will not land me in prison. Let's continue on. I like to have fun here on UltimateCNFT. So, staking platform for our ADA Inmates ecosystem. The token/tokenomics will be of the smokes. Habituals are the backbone of the prison system. They essentially keep things moving throughout theft and addiction and are doing whatever it takes to scratch that itch. They generate items to be fused together with a construction pass from the white collars. You see it where this is going here? There's a lot developing within this project. Arsonist generates paper, which can be used or sold for smokes. Drug addict generates glue, which can be used for sold for smokes. Petty thief generates pencil, same thing. These are all prison items, by the way, real life prison items. So assault generates intimidation pass. Access to white-collar prisons by intimidation, which can be used for or sold for smokes. Let's take a look at this graphic here, since my English is so terrible, you guys. Let's just go ahead and look at this chart. Again, something I pulled up off the Discord. You want to be a member of that. The links will always be in the descriptions below. So there's your habituals. There's all of the breakdowns of the different gangs and the different roles that you have. You know, you've got your white collars. There's the perfect example of the thieves, the embezzlers, the money launderers. and how they all continue down into what we just talked about in the breakdown there. Again, deep dive this yourself. You guys spend the time to go over the things that I run through pretty quickly because for the sake of time of video, but always come back there and stop and reorganize yourself and find out exactly all of the information that you need to know and really wrap your mind around the depth of it. So we've got these posters, right, which we'll be talking about here in a second. What are these posters? Well, you know what? There's a whole bunch of things you can do with these, and the murderers, the serial killers, the war criminals, the politicians are involved in all this stuff. We got the habituals. It all leads to staking. We got these cells. We're talking about a future mint with these cells. We will talk about that as well. So the rules, organized crime collects a percent when an item is sold. That's freaking cool. You want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. And as far as I'm concerned, reduced time to create a poster. All generated items can be sold for these smokes. Psychopathics can only generate the respective poster. Every 30 days, there is a percent burn of 4 to 6 posters. Posters are upgradable up to 20 to 30x, the same cost of a 4x6. Burn percentage reduction on the 4x6 posters. Psychopathics gain entry into the death row club. So there is an overall view of the system and how it works. Let's get back to this parole letter because there's more to share right here. So continuing on with the journey, white collar, do the hard work and generate construction pass that when fused with paper, glue, and pencil, all three of those we just talked about, intimidation pass from the habituals will create a poster for which will make it eligible to stake your poster NFT in a cell. Must own cell to stake poster NFT to earn smokes. Money launderer generates construction pass, which can be used or sold for smokes. Lessens the amount of time it takes to create and upgrade a poster by 10%. Now these embezzlers lessens the amount it times to take and create and upgrade a poster by 12.5%. And the thief goes on to do the same thing with the 15% added to that. Cyber crime, all the way up to 17.5%. So you see, again, the in-depth system that they've created for a wonderful NFT project that just keeps you having a lot of fun and involvement with what you're doing. So organized crime collects 10% of the protection taxes from habituals when an item is sold. Discounts on merch and a chance to have not to have your 4x posters burned again. So what is this whole thing collecting 10%, right, of the discounts, right? And we got all kinds of stuff going on when an item is sold. That piques my interest. Drug dealers collect 1% of the 10% tax collected, 5% discount on merch, 20% chance to have your 4x posters burned. Bodyguards collect 2% of that 10%. And there's the rest of the numbers that go on and on down the list, collecting 3% from the contract killers, and the gang bosses collecting 5%. That's virtually half of the 10% of that tax collected. Having a lot of fun here, you guys. It's really, really cool. Continuing on with the journey. So the psychopathics do not have access to other inmates, but do get to see Dr. Dr. Diaz owning one of these NFTs generates a poster every 25 days. Gain entry into the death row club. Murderers generates an 11 times 14 poster. Gain entry into the death row club. Serial killers, a 16 by 20. Also entry into the death row club. A war criminal, 20 by 24. Access to the death row club. And a politician, the head honchos, if you catch my drift, generate a 20 by 30 poster, gaining entry into the death row club. Wow, is this fun or what? We got more stuff to share. So some of this here, obviously you can see is blocked out. I'll keep you up to date on that information as it comes out. These posters can be generated by combining glue, pencil, paper, one intimidation pass, and one construction pass. So the combination of everything that we just read up to right here. Once your NFT is on a poster and you hold a cell, you can start to earn smokes. The 4x6, the staking bonus right there. Time to create, we won't know that yet. Cost to upgrade, we don't know that yet. 5x7s and on down the list, the 8x10s, the 11x14, 16x20, 20x24, and of course those 20x30s. You can see here, wow. What are we going to do with all this information? Well, because information is everything, we're going to use it to our advantage. Now, we're wrapping up the rest of this video on this part of the journey. Within the journey of this UltimateCNFT video, we got a few things left to know that are very, very important for the ecosystem of ADA Inmates. So we've got these cells. We got 4 different sizes available. Own a cell to stake your poster NFTs. The size is habitual, allows you to stake 2. We got the white collar, can stake 3. We've got the organized, can stake 6. That's a nice jump right there. And we got the psychopathics, of course, at the top of the game, allows you to stake 10 poster NFTs. So Cell mints come with one free 4x6 poster. Holding a cell allows you to stake your poster so you can earn them smokes we've been talking about. What are those smokes? We'll get there. You must own a cell to stake your NFT. Of course, prison cells are ransacked by the warden or other prisoners. Every 30 days, there is a % burn of 4x6 posters. It is random when it comes to your 4x6 poster being tossed or confiscated. What do you got to do to get confiscated? Well, we've got a little bit of information for you on the holder airdrop. There's your information. Has yet to be determined. So I'll keep you up to date on that because I want to know. I will be participating and will be a recipient of this holder airdrop because I'm here to stay, baby. I am here to stay. Even though I'm trying to get out of prison, I'm still here to stay. So token utility now. We got a token to get to. Staking main collection inmates, a little bit more of a black line. We'll find out about that later. Purchases from the commissary marketplace with tradable items, auctions, raffles, ADA inmate and non-ADA inmate NFTs. That's pretty awesome. Use smokes for additions to your cell. Trade smokes for favors from the warden, Twitter space appearances, podcast appearances, just to talk NFTs or plug a project, plus more to be determined later. Future utility in the virtual prison role-based game, also TBC. We plan to look into DeFi, part of the DeFi project development amount, use smokes in games, merch, work to earn smokes, examples, life coach rehabilitation sessions, personal trainer sessions, cooking sessions, English and math lessons. That's pretty cool. I love it. Reaching out beyond NFTs. Tokenomics. Here we go. The smokes, there's 700 million, 100,000 million. Distribution, holder airdrop, we don't know what that is yet. We got CNFT staking, that's 75%. We got the product development at 10%, marketing at 4%, and the founders get 10%. So let's continue on here. The cells mint, creation and sale of 5,000 prison cells in our prisons. Who will be the boss in your cell and who will be the bitch? Forcing me to cuss here on UltimateCNFT, but we're just going to roll with it. We are talking about a prison system here. Some cells may be a little bit more just a humble cell. What can you do with these cells? House your NFTs for staking poster required. Earn them smokes that we just talked about. Use them as a base of operations, chance to enhance your staking rewards, and some more blacked out lines that we just can't wait to find out what's behind those blacked out lines. Access to the prison rules games, special airdrop for death row pass holders, long-term service guards, 200 total, the warden 2, the capitan 4, the officer 8, and the rookie 186. Whitelist for women's mint. What? This will stack with other mints. What? You mean women go to prison too? Yeah, they sure do. Pay no taxes on the marketplace if you hold a guard. Mint 3. Women inmates hold one of each inmate class to earn whitelist. When? Keep an eye out for the parole letter V2 summer of 2023. You know I'll be covering that right here on UltimateCNFT. Work on Cornucopia's Prison Island Supermax, 1 of 1. Founder inspirations are 5 randomly included in main mint collection. Lore base 16. First one February 15th, last one August 9th. Some will be ADA and or smokes, raffles, marketing, 4 promotional donations and giveaways, 3 whitelists on future mints, priority whitelist from collabs, roll only giveaways. Now wrapping this up, you guys, we got some rolls that I think are really cool and encompassing again with the theme of a prison system. So we got those rolls. Fish, hold 0 NFTs. So you're just kind of cruising around. You're a fish. You're jumping around. You haven't dove into the project yet. You're just a fish. I wouldn't want to be a fish in this prison system. Personally, that's just my take. Pocket Princess, chosen by death row pass holders before mint. Looks like I'm going to have to choose 5 Pocket Princesses. DM me if you want to know more. Pocket King holds 5+ death row passes. I guess I'm a pocket king. It's good to be a king. So the inmate hold 1+ NFT. The celly hold 5+ lifer, hold 10+ death row, hold death row pass. Respected hold 20+ NFTs. Bad to the bone 50+ NFTs. Death row club hold a pass 101 or psychopathic. Prison break hold rock hammer, key mobile phone, roll noted or money. Top dog hold 1 of each crime from any gang. Gang leader, hold one of each crime from the same gang. Prison ruler, hold one each prisoner in all classes, gang and crime, 64 total. Prison bitch, hold both bra and sissy dress traits. Look, we're having a lot of fun with ADA Inmates. This is a great project. Again, founded by some great founders, some great leadership, a really, really great community, amazing art, massive amounts of utility. This is a place you want to be. We are starting off 2023 with a bang. Oh yeah, this is the first project released to be on UltimateCNFT in 2023, and it's like that for a reason. Thank you guys all. For those of you who have made it this long into the video, I appreciate you. You are my truest of my truest supporters. Please join my Discord. Find out all about the giveaways that we can do and all the things that I do and all the donations that I get from project founders like we just talked about go straight to you guys. I appreciate it. We're having a lot of fun here in the CNFT space. And I will say this before I go ahead and end this video because I'm just coming off the cuff. I'm speaking to you from the heart right now, you guys. There's a lot of talk about the bear market. You look around at crypto, it's bearish everywhere. You look at Cardano ADA, it's under 25 cents for the first time in a very, very long time. But I will say this. Oh yeah, the cream of the crop is the CNFT space, baby. And you know what? There are things that are cracking off. I see health in the market. I see projects building. I see people developing. I see projects that are coming to mint and they're absolutely taking off and they're building communities and they're getting support, and these NFTs, they're going up and people are making money. I believe that regardless of the bear market, the CNFT space, oh yeah, is the cream that is rising to the top, and we're having a lot of fun doing it, you guys. You are in a right place at the right time. Projects like the ones we're featuring right here on UltimateCNFT are really where you want to be. I will never give you financial advice, but I will always give you my opinions, and I will always tell you what I'm doing, and I will always act with true transparency. So again, thank you for being here, you guys. Let's all go get that money in 2023, and let's all go have a whole hell of a lot of fun doing it. God bless and peace out.